how's it going? I'm Redlina. Thanks for wandering by. So, I know that I wanted to come on and talk, and I know kind of sort of what I wanted to talk about. Um, but I guess I'll just start by saying, like, I think I've hit, finally hit, burnout. And I'm feeling with the summer and everything, I've just been feeling like really overwhelmed, not in good ways and in bad and in bad ways. Like not just in a bad way, but like with good things. There's been lots of things going on, lots of oh, sorry, and you can hear my dog. He's always deciding to eat his food when I'm sitting in this space. Anyway, so burnout and feeling overwhelmed. So I've it's been a busy summer and we've had friends in town and we've had family stuff. We've had, visits and we've been to the beach and the pool and we just had like lots of things going on with my daughter and my partner and I and I've been working like I've just been really busy. My day job has just taken up quite a lot of time. Tend to be particularly busy in the summer. And also, so that's like life stuff. And like I get burnout on, work and all kinds of stuff all the time. And then I like, need to rest and rejuvenate and all that kind of stuff. And I've been in burnout places before. But in the last, 3 or 4 years now that I've been like a big time tarot enthusiast and tarot reader and, deck collector, but mostly tarot reader, it's been a part of my life literally every day for the last, however long, like 3 or 4 years, like nonstop. Like, and it's just been like consuming and reading and learning and reading about tarot and doing tarot and practices in this channel, and it has been um and still will be, I know it has been and will continue to be a wonderful, like valuable, beneficial part of my life. But I hit burnout. And what that means for me, and by the way, like, I don't feel like I need to disclaimer this, but I will. Like, for me, this is what burnout means is just like, it's just like a mental and emotional, maybe even physical, depending on like exhaustion, and like just an inability to kind of like pick myself up and do the thing. And when I had burnout or overwhelm or like stress or whatever else in my life, like spiritual life or anything, in the last few years, tarot has been a space that has helped me through it. And I think overwhelm for me is that like it's not helping me right now to do tarot practices, at least not in the way that I had been doing. So I had been like pretty seriously studying tarot, studying esoterics, reading tarot, getting, like just working with it, having different practices, experimenting, trying things out, sharing that with you. Also, just, like geeking out about decks and art and all of that stuff. And all that stuff is joyful, like, and brings me joy and does help me. But right now, the way that I had been doing things is not working for me. So I just need a break. And that's what I'm doing. Um, so yeah, I was writing in my journal. I was writing, well, in my notebook, because like it's not really like a journal right now. It's just like this catch-all kind of notebook. I was writing down, how I was feeling about all this stuff. And I was like, what do I need to do? What can I let go of? Because I didn't, the thing was, is like, I was not wanting to let go. Like, I had been feeling this burnout and overwhelm kind of building and coming on. And I had given myself a little bit of a break, like maybe a few months ago. I'd given myself like a little bit of a break, but not long enough. Like, I was like, oh, I can just take like a couple weeks off from like very specific things, like just like my headspace and the practices, and like organizing and writing things down and recording things, and like not just recording for the channel, but like recording in my journal and recording like my daily draws and all the stuff, like if you've been watching me, then like the different kinds of practices that I get up to every month and that I make videos about, and that I'm pretty like I commit to things, and like I try to stick with it. And I've been very successful, and it's been very good for me for a long, long time, until it wasn't. And I felt it coming on, but I thought that I could just take a little bit of a break and then I would be fine. And then I was like back into it, because I was reading and studying and like making notes and thinking and like putting out my ideas, and and all that stuff is wonderful, but like I'm tired. Like I need to give this a little bit of a rest, right? I need to give because it's a lot. Like, I mean, it's a lot of really, for me anyway, like it's a lot of really deep thinking, a lot of personal work. It's a lot of like going through things, that like uncovering things, and like digging into your your subconscious, and like it's a lot of really heavy lifting emotionally, spiritually, in general. And yeah, of course, over the years, I've done like, you know, and I still do like very mundane or very fun readings, like, what should I do with my hair? What should we have for dinner? Like, like stuff like that. That's like not, that's like low risk, right? Like low risk readings versus like maybe higher risk readings that are like, about interpersonal relationships that I'm struggling with, or work issues that I'm struggling with, or like answering like big spiritual, questions. Like that's big stuff. Anyway, so like I've done all of that over the years, and um I guess what I was getting at is that I had been writing in my journal about all this stuff and how I was feeling, and I lost I completely lost my train of thought, but I'm trying to get back on there. Oh, and I you know what I realized is like the way that I've been engaging is, it's just not working for me. So like I need like a flat out break in general, and I'm not like, I don't know how long the break is going to be, or if I'm even going to like break from the channel, or even really take a break from tarot in general. Like, I remember Krista Chronicles, whom I adore, is a friend of mine. She talked about this a little bit, because I remember in her video she talked about how like she doesn't like her routines and structure around tarot like are important to her, even when like other stuff is not working. I think I remember her saying. And so like she was just working out, like talking out loud, like what she was gonna take a break from, or how she was gonna handle it when she was starting to feel burnout. Um, and I guess what I've realized about me is that like I felt my burnout coming, and I didn't really listen to what my mind and my emotions, my spiritual, like self and everything needed. And I thought I could just take a small break and then just get back in and like really dig in, because I like to dig in. Like I really do things very full on. Like it it's I don't half-ass things. So like when I really get into something, I really get into something. And I mean, like, I guess I'm thinking like in the very intellectual way is what I'm saying. And that I think probably is one of the pieces of burnout, because I'm I'm reading and I'm like I'm ideating and stuff a lot in other places in my life. So like oops, sorry. It can be, tiresome. But anyway, back to the journal or notebook. I was writing and I was like, what can I do to like give myself a real break, like a real break? And it's hard for me because I don't want to break from my practices, like the daily draw in the morning, the specific like recording my, my readings. Like it's such a like it's a habit, but it's also like it's such a it's a habit that's part of me, like I don't think of it as just like a habit or a structure or routine, because it's something that's soothing and calming. But what was happening is that I was kind of turning towards other activities that I was finding a little bit more soothing and what I needed, and what was helping me kind of like come down or power down from this burnout space. Because like I have to keep going in my daily life regardless, right? Like, b- bills got to get paid, work, I got to go to work, kid needs to be taken care of, my relationship needs nurturing, I need nurturing. Like there's, daily life still has to go on. I can't just like completely like take a vacation, which I haven't really been able to do, period. Anyway, the thing is that like I have to find things that like like soothe me right now. I think that's the thing I'm most looking for, is something that soothes me. And tarot used to soothe me, and it's not soothing me in the same way. And it's because I need to like dial back like all like the different practices that I've done in the past, and the studies and things like that. Like that's when I need to like dial down, give myself a rest from. Um and I know I'm going to come back to it because I can't help myself. Like I love the tarot. I love learning about it. And I don't know that like even just in saying this stuff out loud and giving myself the opportunity to just, let it things um like rest for a little bit, like rest, that like that doesn't mean that I'm giving up on it. That doesn't mean I'm giving up on myself. That doesn't mean I'm like leaving, I'm this channel's not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just like finding soothing things somewhere else, or I just need, yeah, I just need like to take a break. And so I was writing in the journal. I'm gonna keep going back to that point. I was writing in the journal and I was saying, like, I was like, why do I have this constant need to like list everything and categorize everything and make note of everything and record everything? And I feel like that's something um that I just need a break from in terms of tarot. Like I feel like there's plenty of people that don't practice tarot. I mean, I'm certain there's plenty of people that don't practice tarot the same way that I do, that don't necessarily like record all their readings and keep a daily log, or have like very kind of specific practices, and make it, it's not just like the specific practices, because I've changed practices over time. It's just like listing them and coming up, not just coming up with them, but like following them and doing them, and I have like my friends, channels, and memberships and things that I do their practices, which I love and have always loved, and still love and want to do. But when things that like really speak to me, like animal gnosis from, Tegan's membership, which really love, and getting, just the different things, like, Dawn Michelle's membership and Lisa's membership, and like all the things that they offer. Like I love all this stuff, and my own things, like the deck and walk and things that I do. Like all this stuff is like, food for my soul, like really is. And but I feel like it's not the practices so much as like like the recording of them and the like keeping track of everything. And it's not so much the tarot readings as it is like the regimented way like I was doing things, you know. And I just need to dial that back and step back from it, because while I was writing, I'm like, you know, asking myself, why am I categorizing everything? Why do I need to do this? And then I'm like, maybe I'll just give myself a break from doing, like, you know, doing any practices, just like have a free for all. And then I was like, and so here's what I'm not gonna do. And then I literally freaking started listing all the things that I wasn't gonna do. And I was like, okay, full stop. Like, stop. Like, I need to stop. Like, I do like making lists, right? I do like categorizing, I do like making lists. I do like, you know, organizing things in that way so that for myself to read later, for myself to like look at and then share with you, like I'm that's why I'm like, this is unscripted and I'm kind of just going off the cuff. And I often do that too, but like, you know, lesson planning and things like that, like that's who I am, right? Listing, planning, lesson planning, and things like that, and having like a making commitments to do particular things in certain time frames and stuff like that. I enjoy that. But like I need a break from it right now because it's not working for me. I'm too overwhelmed and burnt out from doing it. And I probably will get back to it because I feel like it's the very nature of me. I think, or things will evolve and change into a different place. Who knows? But so I think what I've decided ultimately, and why I came on here to share it with you, was that, you know, like I've realized that I'm overwhelmed in good ways and bad ways. Um, I've realized that I'm burnt out, and not just in like, you know, work burnout or like, you know, mom burnout that happens too, but like I'm having a burnout with tarot right now, and I didn't think it was going to happen. I heard other people talk about this and I didn't think it was going to happen to me. Boy, was I wrong. And I just think it's like funny because it's normal, you know, it's normal for everybody to experience a burnout. And I don't think that that means though that I'm going to like not do tarot at all right now. I think what it means is that I just, I'm kind of like not putting any pressure on myself to do tarot, to read books about tarot, to study anything tarot or tarot adjacent. I'm not doing my daily draws. I'm not doing journals. I haven't thought about pup the specific decks that I'm using for the month. I'm not doing, you know, like any specific study. I'm not doing any specific practice. I'm going with the flow, man. And is hard for me to do after I've been doing things a certain way for so long. It's hard for me to change it up or to like give myself the freedom. I'm like I said, sure that there's so many people that this is just how they naturally are. Like they read whenever they want, read tarot whenever they want to. They pick up whatever deck they want to. And I do that, but I do have like I had like very specific ways that I was doing things, very specific practices, very specific like interactions and engagements with decks and things like that, and the ways that I wrote things down and the ways that I recorded things. And I've decided that I'm just not gonna pressure myself to do anything at all this. And it may be just this month of August. It might just be the month of August that I do that. I might last longer than that. um I don't know. You know, school is starting again, so that means a big shift for my home and family life, and it also means a shift for my work life because it's tied to education. Um, so, you know, like this is a good time for me to just like to give myself that break. um, I don't necessarily think that that means that like I'm not going to have content for you, because I still like tarot is just ingrained in me now. Like it's just a big fundamental part of who I am. So I don't think that I can go without like thinking or talking about tarot or doing readings or whatever might come up. I just don't, I'm not putting any specific like practices into practice. And I'm really resisting the urge to list all the things that I'm not going to do. So I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to list things I'm not going to do. I'm going to, sorry, the backlight, cuz keeps going out cuz I'm recording on my computer. Whatever. And I don't even really want to edit this too much. I'm just going to let it go. But yeah, that's it. That's what I mean. Like, I hope that makes sense. And you know, this has been a long ramble. I probably should have up front said that this was going to be a long ramble. Um, but yeah, that's it. Like, it's a free for all August. That's what I'm calling it. I told a friend of mine that it's like a free for all. And I've done a couple readings. I didn't record them. I didn't, you know, there was nothing. It was just I did them because I felt like it, you know? And I've been moved more to read for other people than to read for myself. That's been a thing for sure. Oh, I know what I did want to tell you, and I probably will make a video about, like, again, like the 5 things that I'm loving right now. But like, you know, there are, when I was talking about the things that I'm finding soothing right now, I I'm really into, like, I'm reading a lot. Fiction, which is weird because I hadn't been reading a lot of fiction and again until this year in 2024, and now it's picked up and I've switched gears. And I'm just, yeah, I'm really enjoying reading. And I'm doing puzzles. I don't know if it's gonna be like a new rabbit hole of a hobby to go, you know, to go down. I've always really liked doing puzzles, but now I'm kind of like getting really into it. um anyway, puzzles, um the specific shows that I've been watching and the books I've been reading, and just honestly though, I've been doing a lot of more peopling than I typically do and this summer, and that's another big kind of drain on me. Like, I'm not an extrovert. I think I'm more of an introvert, but I'm an introvert in wolf's clothing. Like, I seem really extroverted. Like, and you know, usually like really good with people. I've got like, you know, like performative kind of qualities about me, but I do get drained by peopling a lot, and it happens. In any case, I think I'm just like kind of rambling now and kind of going off on making weird sounds and stuff at this point, and laughing at myself. But like, in all seriousness, I just really wanted to share with you what burnout looks like on me, because I think it's in like I think it helped me to remember what it was like when I saw my friends, you know, go through, like, specifically like kind of tarot burnout, because that's the, you know, our little corner of the internet here, tarot tube land. So I thought that it might be helpful, if it's helpful to anybody else, for me to share what tarot burnout looks like on me. And that's what it looks like on me. It looks like I like there are things about the tarot that got away from me into a space of it being just too, maybe too intellectualized, maybe too can it be too esoteric, and too regimented, or too, like, just it too much, like too much, which is, I mean, like the definition of overwhelm, right? But it looks like on me that I need to just give myself the freedom to not have anything like specific. That's what it is. It doesn't need to be. Oops, maybe you can hear people outside. Anyway, I just need it to be something not specific. Like, I don't need to name it, right? Like, that's one of the things I think that I was getting at when I was in my journal. Was like, why do I have to name everything? Why does this practice have to have a specific name? And why does it have to have a category, and it have to have a, you know, like, I just, and it's me doing that to myself. It's not anybody else. Like, And those things are great for me and have been great for me, but like right now what tarot burnout looks like on me is not needing to name everything so specifically and so precisely. I think, like I really just need to like I said, go with the flow, man, and just like let things be and let things emerge and let things like happen and like come to me when they do, you know? Um I'm getting really distracted by the sounds of people talking outside. So I guess that's all. That's all. I've been talking now for how long? I don't even know how long. 20 minutes? Jeez. 25 minutes? Jeez. Okay. So I've been talking for 25 minutes just to tell you that it's normal to go through tarot burnout, and this is what tarot burnout looks like on me. And I don't know if it, like if that reson necessarily resonates with anybody else in the way that they practice tarot, but my way to manage or get, go through this time, because I'm not like trying to get over it, I'm just trying to go through it, and like rest through it and just give myself space to do, not just to do whatever I want, but to like let things just happen rather than like making plans for things to happen and like naming things specifically. I think I want to just like let something grow on its own. I don't know if that makes sense. Like I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but it's just the way that it's coming out of my head right now, and I will very likely be, posting videos and doing tarot. Just it's gonna I think I just needed to look and feel different right now. And or maybe I might hermit a little bit. I don't know. But I just wanted to share like the right now-ness of everything with you guys. And hopefully it makes sense to you, or it resonates, or you find it helpful in some way. Like I just always want to be like, from the start, I've always wanted to just have this channel be like a very, very true, authentic, like record of what I'm my learning journey, right? And this is another part of my learning journey that I've hit full stop a wall of tarot burnout. So that's where I'm at, and I'm okay. I'm okay with it. I am okay with it. That's why I'm on here sharing it with you. Like I'm okay. Um and I will be okay. And I hope you guys are all doing well. And I thank you so much for sticking with me. Again, I hope that this was helpful or resonated with any of you in some way. And yeah, that's it. I hope that you all have a beautiful, wonderful day. Bye.